Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to the temple. We begin our service singing Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful the day is. It is Shabbat.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
And we turn now to page 172 as we sing together Ma Tovu.
Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov chastecha, avovitecha, ishtocha v'lichol kodshecha, be'irotecha. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Mishkenotecha Yisrael.
We rise as we turn to page 195 for the Berlow.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai, Amevorach. Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Li'olam va'ed. ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, יוצר אור ובורא חושך, עושה שלום ובורא את הכל, המאיר לארץ ולדרים עליה ברחמים, ובטובו מחדש בכל יום תמיד מעשה וראשית. מה רבו מעשיך אדוני, כולם בחוכמה עשית, מלאה ארץ קנייניך. תתברך אדוני אלוהינו, על שבח מעשה ידיך, ועל מאורי אור שעשית יפארו חסלה. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות. And we read together. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes. More welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch Ata Adonai, Yotzer Hameorot. And we turn to page 200 for the calling of the Shema. Please be seated.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. And we turn to page 204 to sing together the Mi Chamocha.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, osef ele. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
We rise for the tefillah on page 205.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Source of all being, we turn to you, as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts, they sought you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to see the wonder of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring nearer the world we envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. And we read together. You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They filled me with wonder. Sit with me, eternal teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכינו, הוא מושיענו, הוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated.
ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. Mikarishi shivi Shabbat, kulam yisbiu v'tangu mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shamri, Shamri, Shamri Shabbat, v'kore Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shamri, Shamri, Shamri Shabbat, v'kore Oneg Shabbat. V'hashvir רצית בו וקידשת שבת. חמדות ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. למעשה בראשית שבת, למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת.
We turn now to page 216 for the blessing for shalom, for peace and wellness and wholeness in our lives. O God, may we never become complacent, faltering in our effort to build a world of peace. Let the nations know and understand that justice and right are better than dominion and conquest. May all come to see that it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that life prevails. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch ata Adonai, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. חן וחסד, חן וחסד ורחמים. חן וחסד, חן וחסד ורחמים. ורחמים. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה.
Take a moment for a silent prayer. The Mishaberach, the prayer for healing and courage and strength in our lives, is on page 253. As we sing together the Mishaberach, we name in our hearts those we know that need healing and courage and strength.
Before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We turn now to page 244 for the order of reading from the Torah as we rise for the order for reading from the Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, Adonai is great, holy is God's name.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Lecha Adonai Hagidula, V'Hagivura, V'Hatifiret, V'Hanitzach, V'Hahod, Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, V'yamid nasi l'kol lirosh.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion is called Ekev, which means to follow, or means heal, or means if. It means a lot of things in Hebrew. It means that things follow one another, that there's consequences to what we do, consequences to our actions, and actually that's what the Torah portion speaks about it most of the time. We will read from chapter 11, which is the last chapter in the Torah portion, from verse 8. And I want you to try as much as possible to listen to the imagery here. That there are two imageries or two images of the land of Israel. The Torah portion deals a lot with the land of Israel. In all of the book of Deuteronomy, this is happening, we're in the book of Deuteronomy, the issue of the land of Israel and what does it mean to be a sovereign people in your own land as in the times of the Torah is a very important issue. We are 39 years, 11 months and a few days, give or take, depending when Moses exactly says everything, into the journey into the wilderness. So we're at the last month in the desert, just about to enter the land, and it seems that Moses is kind of terrified of what's going to happen with the people once Moses is no longer with them and they are on their own in the land. So All of Deuteronomy is filled with guidance to what's going to happen in the land. And here is the imagery of the special thing about the promised land. Now, think of it in this Torah portion, and all through Deuteronomy, and actually all through the Hebrew Bible, this is the promised land. This is the prized land that God is given to us, God's chosen people. This is not the least of all lands. God is not sending us to a land that is not a good land. Actually, in our Torah portion, it mentions a few times that if you do those things, you will inherit the good land that God swore to your ancestors. So this is the prized land, the best of all lands. And let's see how the land is described here, actually in comparison to the land that the people of Israel are escaping from, the land of Egypt. But before reading, there's a great lesson also in this comparison and in the lessons about the land, but great teaching. But first we'll hear the blessings before reading from the Torah on page 250.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen.
ושמרתם את כל המצוות, את כל המצווה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום, למען תחזקו ובאתם וירשתם את הארץ אשר אתם עוברים שמה לרשתה, ולמען תאריכו ימים על האדמה אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם, לתת להם ולזרעם, ארץ זבת חלב ודבש. כי הארץ אשר אתה בא שמה לרשתה, לא כארץ מצרים היא, אשר יצאתם משם, אשר תזרע את זרעך וישקט ברגלך כגן הירק. והארץ אשר אתם עוברים שמה לרשתה, ארץ ערים ובקעות, למטר השמיים תשתה מים, ארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך דורש אותה תמיד, עיני אדוני אלוהיך בה מראשית השנה ועד אחרית השנה. ועד אחרית שנה. Keep therefore all the instruction that I enjoin upon you today, so that you may have the strength to enter and take possession of the land that you are about to cross into and possess, and that you may long endure upon the soil that Adonai swore to your ancestors to assign to them and to their heirs, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land that you are about to enter and possess is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come. There the grain you sow had to be watered by your own labors, like a vegetable garden. But the land that you are about to cross into and possess, a land of hills and valleys, soaks up its water from the rains of heaven. It is a land which your God Adonai looks after, on which your God Adonai always keeps an eye from year's beginning to year's end. So there are two imageries here. There's something that keeps repeating through the Torah portion. You have to keep all the commandments of God if you want to inherit the land that you are about to inherit. Because if you don't, then you will perish, you will not be there. But I want to focus on the two images of the land and what does it teaches us that this is the promised land. So the first image sounds wonderful, a land that is flowing with milk and honey. There's even a song, I grew up in the kindergarten singing that, Eretz Zavat Chalav Udvash. There's a folk dance that we dance as children and as adults, as we sing. Eretz Zavat Chalav Udvash. If I had the talent of Jennifer, I would start singing it to you, but I'll spare you that. It sounds like a wonderful thing. The land is just flowing with milk and honey. You always have milk and honey. You have everything that you want. We have to think in biblical terms. Honey in the Bible is not bee honey, it's date honey. And where do you have dates? Only in the desert. When you have an oasis with some water in the desert, then you have dates there. Dates cannot grow in places that are not desert climate. And what is milk in the Bible? It's not cow milk, it's goat milk. That means that actually flowing with milk and honey, that means that this is desert land. It sounds like a land of a very fruitful land. Okay, a young person go to California where all where it's such a wonderful land there and everything grows by itself. No, it's a desert land. And then God even stresses that. It says it's not like Egypt where you sow your seeds and you don't need God's help with your own labor. The Hebrew has such a beautiful imagery there, and you water it with your leg. The Zohar, the Jewish mystical interpretation of the Torah says, all you have to do is just stretch your leg a little bit into the soil and the water will come flowing there. It's not even that difficult. It's not like you have to work hard. And it's kegan ayarak. It's like the vegetable garden. The imagery almost sounds as the Garden of Eden is Egypt. And then you go to a land where there's hills and valleys and there's no water. You are totally dependent year in and year out of the reign of Adonai. And the eyes of Adonai are watching you 24/7. That means that only if you do what is the good and right things in the eyes of Adonai, you will get rain. Your own labor is not enough. There's going to be droughts if you don't follow the commandments of God. This is an astonishing thing. The people are just about to cross for the promised land. They walked 40 years in the desert, and this is the message that God says to them. You would think the immediate reaction is, I'm going back to Egypt. Much easier there. It's not a desert land. All I need is to stretch my leg and it will be there. And it says, I think, something very deep about Jewish tradition and maybe about any religion that there is. This is not easy. God is like saying to us, this is an ongoing covenant, an ongoing relationship, which is not easy. You want easy? Go to Egypt. Go there and be there. This is something that is going to take a lot of labor of you, and it's also a very demanding thing, and God is watching you 24/7. By the way, that's for me, that's like the last straw. I would never want to live in a place where God is watching me 24/7. Whenever I read about classes and schools where there's cameras and it's on the internet and the parents can watch you 24/7, I said I would not want to be a teacher there. So this is a scary thing there, but it says something about what it means to be Jewish, maybe what it means to be in every a religion. You want to be in a relationship with God. It's not about easy, and it's not about rewards, and it's not about the Garden of Eden. It is something that demands you because it's the right thing to do. Let's do the blessing after reading from the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Please rise.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen. V'zot haTorah she'sam Moshe lifnei bnei Israel pi Adonai biyad Moshe, biyad Moshe. Al pi Adonai biyad Moshe, biyad Moshe. Bizot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel. Bizot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel.
And we turn now to page 283 for the Aleinu. We read together in the middle of page 283. Please join me. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Jose Maza, Henry Berg Brousseau, David Sean Bailey, Paula Erdley, William Brownstein, Francis Greenberg, Harriet Perellis, Betty Abramson, Shelley Abramson, Gilbert S. Ades, Catherine Baker, Ruth Burke, Joanna Fleischaker, Sarah Farber Glazer, Alice Harris, Jesse Wiebert, Elaine Klein, Michael Kornblum, Lillian Brody, Sarah Fass, Maury Glick, Sam Goldberg, Berta Goldberg, Rebecca Pincus, Debbie Zukov, Alexander Erlin, Mary Baker, Esther Cavanaugh, Melvin Eppinger, Anna Ruth Erlands, Elmer Ernst, Warner Frank, Francis Hiller, Sylvia Meisel Kleinman, Augusta Zaks, Daniel Seligman, Minnie Shapiro, Norman Sommer, Benjamin Myers, and in recent days, Irving Herman. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own, and with the blessed memories of our loved ones in our hearts. We turn to page 294 as we rise for the mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is עושה שלום.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And please say Shabbat Shalom to someone you don't know and to those you do know. May it be a Shabbat of Shalom to all of us. Shalom to our minds, to our bodies, and to our hearts. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen, amen. Shabbat Shalom.